News That Matter. We're here at Omega Studio ATL. I'm your host, Rashida Sule, and I am excited to be here to talk to you about this topic today. I'll save the topic for later, but help me figure it out. What is going on with our ladies? Ladies and men, I'm getting a bit confused. And when I say confused, what's really confusing me is the fact that ladies pimping? Is that a profession now? Ladies that are pimping other ladies. Now, how did this come about? And why does it bother me so much is that I went to Nigeria not too long ago. And, you know, me growing up with Nigerian parents, I've always heard education is important. Education is key. Once you get your education, you have your degree, you can do whatever you want to do in the world. You can be whatever you want to be. You know, so where I'm from, education, and it's true because my parents are Ekiti. So learning a lot about people from Ekiti, I know that a lot of them are professors. They're very, very much into education. But when I also grew up in Nigeria, I saw that education was truly, truly key. But recently I went to Nigeria and it scared me a little bit. And my eyes opened up to something that I never even thought. I guess maybe I brushed it off because it's nothing that I'm all about anyway. But I went to Nigeria and I was invited to a very classy party. So I was invited to this party, this occasion of a guy being 50 years old. And to my surprise, in the beginning, I did not understand what was truly going on. But when they started spraying and everything, I just noticed that there was I noticed girls. I noticed there were girls, right? And there were about maybe 15 of them. And they were taking them from one table, and then one or two would sit down at that table, and they'll take them to another table, and then they'll sit down. So it went on and on until there was one table where a man was vexed, and he was really, really, really upset that why did they start with that table and not his table because he's, you know how they are Nigerian and their position and everything. But I was just looking at how everything was going, and I was shocked. I was shocked. And I now turned to my husband and told my husband, like, am I the only one noticing what's going on here? Is this truly what's going on? And then I finally was able to see who the headmaster of this crusade was, and it was a female who was pimping other females. And it dawned on me that could this be real in the land that was so sold to me, that was so cultural, and, you know, we're so respectful, and we're so good that we don't do these things. That's what I was sold on about my country. But then when I saw this event, it shocked me, and it bothered me. Because I realized that something bigger was happening in my country. And it just seemed as if everybody is flowing with it. No one is really doing anything about it. When I sat down with my husband to talk about how can this be? Why is this happening? And he says, well, you know, most girls when they start college because of poverty, they may not have any money, so they join these group of girls in order to be able to pay for college, or in order to pay for their lifestyle, to pay for their clothes, for them to wear nice shoes. So you are sleeping with men that is old enough, forget the father, some of them old enough to be your grandfather. So we are having sexual relations with men in order to be able to fund our outfits, to have nice hair, to put on shoes. And you do these things and Please do not take it as if I'm judging you. I'm not. I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to wrap it around my head. Why such thing? It's been going on, but it's like it's a huge thing now. And it's not only in Nigeria. I'm finding out that it's not only in Nigeria, but it's happening all around the world. Last week, it was on CNN that they were talking about the groups in New York. And it dawned on me that this was not only happening in just one country, it was happening all around the world. And what was going on was that the girl has a boyfriend and she has her sugar daddy. You know, she has a boyfriend and she has her sugar daddy. And I know a lot of you probably know already what I'm talking about. But is this something to be condoned? Because what I look at the end part, not even the beginning. Because when you're doing things in the beginning, it's sweet, it's nice, it's cool. But then at the end of the day, when you're now ready to settle down and you're like, you know what? I don't want this life anymore. Now I want to be a good girl. Now I want to settle down. I want to have a family. I want to get married to a nice guy who has a good job. I have a good job. And then we have children. And then we have a house. So this dream that you want, you totally forgot the foundation of what you started with. But now at the middle of it or towards the end of starting your real life, you want a good life. And then let's just say, for instance, some of these men that you've been sleeping with, let's say some of them you've had abortion for. And then you've had abortion for them, several abortions, and then you get married to this nice guy. And then, you know, this guy doesn't know your story because you guys never really tell the story, do you? The girls never tell the story before you get married to let this guy know that your past life was this. Because obviously, who's going to marry you? So you sweep that under the rug. So now you get married, and then you're going to church. You've repented of your sin. You know, you've repented of that life, if you do repent. And then now you want to start this new life with this guy. Nothing is wrong with that. I don't know how you would ever open up to that guy and let him know that this was your past life. I mean, it's nothing for you to be proud of. So you may never open up to him to say this was your past life. So now you married this dude. The first year, no fruit of the womb. The second year, no fruit of the womb. The third, now you guys are on the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. Do you think it's fair to this guy that you have really enjoyed your life? You may not have seen it as enjoyment. Well, then you may have seen it as enjoyment. You chilling. You paying for your Louis Vuitton shoes, your Louis Vuitton belt. You got your Hermes going on. You know, you living your Louis Vuitton life or your designer life. And now you're married. So it's not about the designers anymore. It's more about wanting to be, you know, a wife now. I just don't feel that it's fair. I don't feel that it's fair. To the man, I'm not saying that once you become born again, because I promise you, once you become born again, because my pastor was talking about this 2 weeks ago. He says once you become born again, everything comes back to the way it should have been, if you know what I mean. I'm trying not to throw it out there. But everything should be as good as it used to be. Really? Okay. That's what he says. But I feel in my spirit that there should be some type of transparency. If it's also a man that's been going through that type of life, there should be some type of transparency. I feel that if you are in college and you made it that far to college, and your parents have helped you that far to college, if you need to get a job, even if it's the smallest, anything, to help you to get to that level of where you need to be, I think it's so much better than for you to take what God has given you that's supposed to be so sacred. Sacred to you, sacred to God, and it's supposed to be a gift to your future husband, your future spouse. And you take that and you use it so loosely for money. Because I would think that using it for this money should last you a lifetime. Because obviously you've used a lifetime of your body to do all of this. That money you should invest, you should save, you should use that money for a lifetime so that when you do grow older and you're ready to settle down, I'm not condoning what's being done. I'm not saying that it's right because it's not right. I'm not judging you and saying that. I'm just saying that have you tried every avenue that you could have tried to make your life a little bit conducive in school than for you to, click to, I call them clans. They are a clan, they are a gang of females that recruit you and take you to different men. And every week you're sleeping with a different man and you're making money. Some I heard you get the money. Some I heard you don't even get the money after being used and abused. And then some I'm hearing that these men are not just sleeping with you because they're just sleeping with you. They're sleeping with you because now it's becoming a voodoo. Let's call it voodoo so that everybody can understand. Because we're in a diaspora and I need you guys to understand. They use you for voodoo. Money ritual. And you don't even know that. You don't even know that. All you know is that this guy's going to give me 5,000 naira. Yes, honey. That's how much they're paying them. How much is 5,000 naira? Can somebody help me calculate 5,000 naira? 5,000 naira should be about what? $50? Yeah? $50? Something like that. Like $50. But like my husband said, I look at it from the point of it could be poverty. Most likely it's poverty. All right, let's say the ones that are happening in different countries is because of poverty. What about here in America? Hello? Sisters, what's going on? What is going on? You look at people and you say, oh, she's just lucky. You don't know where that person started from to get to where they are right now. Oh, she's just blessed. No, sweetheart, we're all blessed. But what a lot of us did is we would take that blessing, sweep it under the rug. We don't need God right now. We can do this. We can handle this. We'll go out there and do things just to make money. And at the end of the day, that money is not even bringing you joy. It's not making you happy. You're giving your body that is so sacred. Sacred. You're giving it all away to a man. For how much? For a pair of shoes? Do you know that in the next 3 months, that shoe is done? We got a new shoe out. So every time there's a new shoe out, you got to sleep with a new man to get a new pair of shoes. Or there's a new bag out. You got to sleep with another man to get another bag. You want Louis Vuitton bag that they sell for about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000? Hello, give me a call. We can get it for you for $300. Just joking. But seriously, this topic is really, really, it really, really is dear to my heart. Because I truly believe that in the United States of America, where America is known for the land of the brave, the home of the free. And all I'm saying is that you don't need to go that route to get money to do things. I'm going to go back to what I was saying earlier about the CNN that I was looking at. And the girl was saying that she has her boyfriend and she has a sugar daddy. Now, she has sex with her boyfriend because that's her boyfriend. But she has sex with her sugar daddy in order to fund her university. We have financial aid for university. Get a loan if you have to. You don't have to give yourself because you can never get that back. Once it's taken, that's it. You just think that you're carrying it around. It's you. They're not taking nothing from you. They are taking. Every time you lay down and you open those legs, something is being taken away from you. You may not see it physically, but spiritually, something is being taken away from you. Trust me, there's no amount of money that could be given to you that is worth you giving yourself away like that. I truly believe that you can get a part-time job. You can do 2 jobs if you have to. Get your degree. There's courses right now that's in IT. You can do SAP. You can do database administration. You can do all these things. There's giving over 6 figures after you graduate from college. You do not have to give yourself just to buy shoes, just to pay your rent, just to pay your mortgage. It is not worth it. A good name is better than any amount of money that you can ever be given. Because at the end of the day, we see this in the physical aspect, but spiritually, if you see what is being taken away from you, it's more than just having sex. And I'm tearing up right now because it bothers me. Like I always say on this show, I don't want to get too churchy on you, but the truth has to be said, whether you like it or not, that somebody chose. He didn't have to. JC did not have to. And that's Jesus Christ. JC did not have to die. He chose to, so that you can have this life and have it in abundance. And when I say abundance, I promise you, you're going to go through some stuff. That's definite. I haven't seen a person yet that can say, I'm a Christian and I don't go through nothing. And I haven't seen a person yet that says, I'm not a Christian and I don't go through nothing. Everybody in this life is going to go through one thing or another as per tribulations. But he also said we're going to go through trials and tribulation, but he's going to give us the strength to be able to overcome it. Everything that you go through, he's going to give you the strength to overcome it. He's going to give you the strength to beat it. I know a lot of females has been given grace where they've lived that type of life, and then they've gotten married, and then they've had children. They've had the big house, the nice car, and it seems as if their secret is hidden under the rug. Oh, no, baby. One day, it could be one of those children that you have that wants to live that same life that you've lived, because it's a spirit. There could be a child that want to live that same life that you've lived. What would you now tell that child? I was looking at a show, and this girl lived that same life, college life, going out with the guys, chilling out with the sugar daddies, making all the money. She was the happening girl. And then all of a sudden, she finds a guy that she really likes. The guy dated her for about 9 months. Finally, he wants to take her home to meet his parents, only to find out that the boy's dad used to be her sugar daddy. How is that marriage supposed to be? It can't happen. So, sisters, I'm just trying to let you know today. Don't sit there and say sex is sexist. No, it's not sexist, sex is sex. Sex is spiritual. Sex is a gift that's been given by God. That's why it's such an amazing act. It's a gift that's been given by God for married couples to have and to procreate. I'm not sitting here saying that you're hated for doing what you're doing, or you're not. Nobody hates you. We're just saying that if this is the life that you're living, it's not going to get you to that good life. It's not going to get you to that good life. The only way we can make our world better is to start with us. And when you start with yourself, then it can carry on to your friends. Then it can carry on to when you now get married, to your daughters, to your children, to do the right thing. But you cannot do the wrong thing and expect a right result. It does not work. So sisters, I love you. This topic came to me and it really, it dawned on me that something like this was happening. I can't say that I never knew, oh yeah, there's prostitutes out there, of course. But my sacred Nigeria, I never thought we were doing buffet style, carrying the females around as buffet style. And men, you men that are doing this to these young girls, be careful. Because a lot of you guys put your daughters in private school and you're screwing somebody else's daughter. But you know what? You don't know who's screwing your daughter where you got her hidden. And what goes around comes around. This is not what you've been called to do. My father used to always tell me, even though I didn't understand what he was saying when I was like in 4th grade, he said 5 minutes enjoyment can lead to an everlasting sorrow. I didn't know what my dad was talking about because I didn't even know what sex was. But he would say it. I don't know if he was reminding himself of something. You know, but my dad will always say that. And I did not know until I got older. That was only a bit of 5, 3, whatever minute of enjoyment can lead to an everlasting sorrow. It can lead to something that you would think of, or something that would be in your face to remind you of the acts that you've done back in your days. You know, we've known a lot of men that, you know, in their marital home, they had a little 5 minutes enjoyment. And that 5 minutes enjoyment led to a child that they see every single day that reminds them of that little 5 minute that they did. So let's be careful. Let's know that someone died. Someone shed blood. Blood was shed on the cross for you to have life. And not to just have it any old how. To have that life in abundance. And I promise you, you see this God that we're talking about? I have such a deep relationship with him. It's not about, forget what the church say. The church to me is an institution, like a school. Forget what the church say. You pick up a Bible that you understand. My favorite version is either Amplified. I started off with King James, and it was saying all kind of language. It was like speaking in tongues with me with King James. I didn't understand it much. Then I went into NIV, which is the New International Version. I understood that a little bit. But then when I do my my devotions, I take NIV and Amplify. And my goodness, does it break it down. You have the contemporary now. Go to a bookstore or a Bible book place and just sit down and pick up these Bibles and read the one that relates to you, that speaks to you, and see what your Creator says about you. Because the moment you tend to know what he says about you, you don't need to sleep with nobody to buy no shoes, because he'll get you the shoes. Is it the bag you need? He'll get you the bag. Trust me. I've had days that I've told God, I said, God, you know what? I'm looking at this Celine bag, and I know I don't need it. I got a whole lot of bags, but I really want it. That's how I talk to God. but I really want it. And you know what? I got it. How did I get it? I have a job that I do too. I'm a senior marketing director with World Financial Group. And I will go and do work and I will make money. And out of that money, I pay myself. After I've paid my 10%, I'll pay myself. And in the middle of paying myself, I'll get that bag. I prayed, though. I spoke to him. So if you truly talk to God, if it's your school fees, he'll find a way to make it happen. I know people that are in college and are going to college for free. This God is good. But if you don't even have a personal relationship with him, and you choose, and a lot of people choose not to have a relationship with him because they feel, oh, that makes me too holy. I don't want God to see the dirty things that I'm doing. He sees it anyway. He sees what you're doing. What you're doing is not new to him. He saw it from your heart when you were thinking about it. When you were planning it out is when he had seen it before you even did the act. So you really do not need to be funded by anybody or let somebody take something out of you in order for you to get things. And if God does not give you those things, then he sees that it's not a need for you. Then focus. And if you focus on the right thing, on maybe your studies or your job or whatever it is that you're doing, at the end of that road, my God, you will be so blessed that you will look at some of these things, you'll be like, what, $1,000? Oh no, I don't need it. When it go on sales, matter of fact, when it go on clearance, they can give you a call. That's how you will see. You will be able to treat money in a way where money will be working for you. You will not be working for money. But you have to be able to have a personal relationship with God. Okay, check this out. Look at the people that have all the money. People that have a lot of money. Millions and millions of dollars. Have you ever considered or thought to yourself why they commit suicide? Have you ever thought about that? The reason why they commit suicide because a lot of them don't have God. Because you have money. If you have God in that equation, you will do things with that money that'll be so fulfilling, extremely fulfilling. Because the money that's been given to you, God gave it to you, but if you don't use it for the things of God, then it becomes torturous to you. But when you don't have money, you feel like money is going to solve all of your problems. And then when you do get the money, you're still unfulfilled. You're not fulfilled with yourself. All I'm asking you to do is, if you're already doing these things that I'm talking about, which is being pimped or sleeping around with men just to make a little cheddar. What, you're making $1 million? Just to make a little cheddar, to buy this and do that and do that. If you're already doing it, consider yourself and stop. I know it's not easy to just say stop. I can say it, but you really need to take it day by day and just stop it. Because I'm telling you, sweetheart, what they're giving you is peanuts compared to what's being taken away from you. And if you are a female and you're considering this type of profession, don't. Because it seems to me that you do not see beyond your nose. You do not see the bigger picture. There's a reason why you're about to get yourself into something like this. You're going to one day find that prince that's going to love you, that's going to work hard to make sure that you're happy, to make sure that your children and his children are taken care of, to make sure that there's a shelter over your head. But then, What are you going to give this man that's doing all of this to make sure that you're okay? A leftover broken down car from the auction? You want to be auctioned? Come on, sweetheart. You don't need to. I promise you. If you go into a 3-day, I don't want to say fasting because a lot of you may not understand fasting. Let's just leave the fasting, leave it beside for now. Let's go into a 3-day prayer. Open up your Bible. Don't start from Genesis now, because you'll be bored by the time you get to the 4th chapter. Don't start from Genesis. Go into books like Ecclesiastics. Go into books like Romans, like Corinthians, or Ephesians. Go to the New Testament. Read those pages. Read those pages and see what God is trying to say. And listen to his message for you. And once you hear his message for you, then take it day by day to do better. I promise you, you will not be able to do it alone. So one thing I'm going to ask you to do is to find a Bible-based church. You don't need to tell nobody your business because it's not their business. It's only between you and God. Find a place where you can go to and just go and pray. Go and do some praise and worship, honey. Praise the Lord for what he has done and what he is going to do for you. You are his prize. You are God's gem. He loved you so much that he made you in his own image. But you don't even understand what that man went through to make you. He made Adam first, and then he realized that he could do better. Then he made the female. Now, when he carved the female, oh my goodness, our Heavenly Father must have been an awesome architect, because he took you. You don't even let me have to get up, because if I got to show you all of this package, you don't even want to know. And that's what God did for the females. He spent time. He had that pen that he spent time. He made us so special that I told you in the first episode that when a man finds you, he has found favor. When a man finds you, God has begun to give him grace. When a man finds you, my God, doors begin to open for the both of you. So do yourself good. Don't think of today. Think of tomorrow. Think of that good name that you want in place. Trust me, I'm not here to judge you, but I'm here to tell you that somebody found you so special that after they made you, when he realized that you did not understand the length that he went through to make you, he now came down himself to show you how to be. And after showing you how to be on earth, he decided to die and said that it was finished, that everything that you're going through is finished. It's just a phase. Baby girl, is just a phase. You will overcome it. You will not die in it. You will overcome it. I love you, and that's the reason why I'm here. Don't let anybody tell you anything different than you are great and you are meant to be a special human being to another special human being. I love you. Till we meet next time. I am Rashida, and I'm talking to you about issues that matter. And we're here at Omega Studio ATL. Please catch me next week again, because I'll be here to talk about important topics of the mind, the body, and the soul. Love you and take care. Thanks for watching.